somebody. Your mama miss you, man. Your family miss you, cuz. Woo! Got back to the subject, I'm back in the better. Young black man, put it together, I'm crash out. Know you gotta be clever. The way to this word, they feeling the pressure. You doing no girl, getting out to love. Sucking my collar, I'm looking above. Into the skies, and this is my country. Influence the change, push your pics like a dove. Stopping the violence and showing the love. Put the guns down, and they work by the trouble. Get locked and selling them numbers on dub. I'm a kid, know your family love you. Woo! Now, my blood, man. I'm a kid, man. I kill my homie, love you. I'm good for a kid. But the guns down, man. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Breach. And that's what we're here for today, man. Yeah. He started to change, man. He gonna start with me.
Go ahead. Hey, that was good. I was crying. So, without further ado, my name is Khadijah Bryant. I was born in a small town called Chattahoochee, Florida in the early 80s. I later moved to Monmouth County, New Jersey with my mom in the late 80s, very early 90s. From the late 80s up until the early 2000s, I was back and forth between New Jersey and Florida until I later moved to Georgia in 2006 with my son AKHIR, who was 2 at the time. Fast forward, I am an educator and a philanthropist, and I always had passion for children and wanted to lead them down the right path. Until my son's death on January the 10th, 2023, my mission changed. My new mission is to bring awareness to victims of senseless acts by bridging the gap between youth and community and promoting healing for those impacted from senselessness. Our values are advocacy, healing, empowerment, justice, ethics, and morals. Sorry, guys. I'm visually impaired too, so they want me to put all these letters on the back of y'all on this board. But Miss Peachy, before you come up, I'm gonna play the video. But before Miss Peachy come up, I met Miss Peachy through one of my coworkers. She does stop the gun violence, and my coworker thought that I would actually, want to speak to her, and I did. So when I called her, she thought I didn't know she had a show called Peachy Time. So I called her, actually wanted to partner with her because she does stop the gun violence and domestic violence. So I wanted to partner with her and just create something new and try to bring awareness to these children that are out here committing these senseless acts. But I'm gonna go ahead and introduce Miss Peachy. But after I introduce Miss Peachy, I have a video that I would like to show everyone. Is Miss Rashida Once Miss Rashida comes back, I'll play the video. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Mrs. Peachy Tea Time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to welcome a true mogul, philanthropist, and advocate to our stage tonight. Ms. Peachy is a dynamic CEO and founder of the award-winning Peachy Tea Time television show and podcast, a platform dedicated to spreading awareness, uplifting communities, and ensuring that every loved one name and legacy lives on. Each week, she provides a powerful space for families of crime to share their loved one's story, giving them a voice and keeping their memories alive. Her passion and commitment to storytelling have earned her recognition in 4 prestigious magazines right here in Georgia. Not only is she a force in the media, but she is also the CEO and founder of Peachy Tea Time Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to making a difference in lives of crime victims, families, and communities. Her influential show, Peachy Tea Time, can be found on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and her own network on Roku TV, reaching audiences far and wide with impactful conversations and inspirational stories. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the phenomenal Miss Peachy T. Yes! Miss Peachy, we're gonna keep it rolling until I get it back. All right, that sounded good, John. Didn't that sound good? You know, that sounded very, very good. Thank you so much, Khadijah. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to God, the one up above. Because if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be here at this time, and also would not have been able to create my own show and build my own brand. Um, I have been doing Peachy Tea Time now for 4 years. April 30th, it'll be 4 years. And again, I met Khadijah through another lady that she works with. Had no idea who this lady was at all. Just happened to see her at the hair store. And I was giving her a flyer for a campaign, Stop the Violence campaign that I was doing at Stonecrest Mall. And that's when she said, I got somebody that I want you to meet. And I'm like, okay. And the first time I talked to Khadijah on the phone, me and Khadijah both was crying. In tears, just boo-hoo crying. And so I told her I had a show. Khadijah came on my show. And I have families that come on every single Wednesday, every Wednesday. And they tell their loved one's story on how they was murdered through gun violence, domestic violence, the prison system, the police. We do missing person cases and suicide cases. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something funny about Khadijah. When she came on, I said, I always talk to all the families at least about 3 or 4 times before it's time for showtime. And I said, is AKHIR father gonna come on with you? And she said, no, he's not coming. And I was like, okay. I said, well, would you want to ask him if you want to come? She said, I'll ask him. She said, but I just don't know. So lo and behold, he came on with her. And at the end of the show, I don't charge no family to come on my show at all whatsoever. And I would never ever forget. At the end of the show, I told them bye and everything, and it was a virtual show. And all of a sudden, my Cash App goes off, ching, and I'm like, who's sending me some money? I said, that doggone Khadijah. I called Khadijah. I said, Khadijah, I told you there is no charge for this. She said, baby, if you could get me and my son father on there and not act the fool on your show, you deserve every dime I sent you. And after that, me and Khadijah has literally talked to each other all the time. I honored her at my Stop the Violence Awareness campaign at Stonecrest Mall. So again, thank you so, so much, Khadijah, for this opportunity. And right now, we are going to go ahead and have this video play. Here we go.
Brandy. Oh no, not her. Oh no, not me. The other day I heard a man on my job say, tough times don't last, but tough people do. And so it made me think about a couple of weeks ago I called Addison and I read, and I was being going on and on about wanting to give up, about having these kids back, my dad being sick, and I just wanted to throw in the towel. And the only thing I could hear both of them saying at the same time was just breathe. And I'm like, I understand I need to breathe, but this shit is getting rough, and I'm ready to give up. And so my dad walked in the bathroom and said, Brandy, God only gives his heart battle to the strongest people. And I looked at him and said, I don't want to hear that right now. You don't understand what I'm going through. I got to deal with you. I got to deal with these kids. I got to deal with work. I got to deal with my husband. I got to deal with everything right now, and I'm just tired. So I went back and I sat down and I got on my knees and I started praying. Until I heard my brother say, you always want to pray when you cuss us out. You ever think about I just want to throw you away sometime. And I said, maybe I should have told her that. So with that being said, I got to tell myself I just need to see my therapist. I'm at Project 180, and the days that I go home, boy, she ain't there. So I text Allison on the phone and had a one-on-one session with her. So then I look back and tell my dad I apologize. So the next day, I came here and seen Connie, and me and her was smoking a cigarette, and I looked at Nikki and said, you know what? People, places, and things give me bad triggers, and I'm triggered right now. And she said, what happened? I said, I don't know. I think I'm just a little bipolar at times. So I walked back in here, and I sat down at my desk, and then I realized that I really got a problem. And the problem is I'm trying to change, but it's hard. But nevertheless to say that I want to give up because I came so far. All of a sudden I heard somebody walk in and say, bad situations will have something positive. Even the dead clock shows correct time twice a day. So I have to think about where I came from and where I'm going and know that giving up is not an option for me. It's always good to have support like Allison, Allen, Ed. I can even yell at George sometime and it's all right. But nevertheless to say, unsuccessful people make decisions based on their current situations. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to be. And at times it's tough to explain what's going on in your head when you don't even understand it yourself. That's my point. I guess today is the day you gain your wings and fly away. You couldn't stay any longer, and that's okay. Hope you find peace in the sky where all the angels seem to hide. It hurts, but we'll be okay. Oh, it hit me like a hurricane. The pain came in like a tidal wave. Never seen a soul look so fragile and brave. I said I love you one more time. I came and sat by your side. Said goodbye for the last time. He came and set you free from pain. Heaven's gained another soul. I pray I'll be okay on my own. I lost a loved one today. I know you'll always be by my side. Wishing on a star. I pray to keep you in my heart. I lost a loved one today. Hey God, I got a couple questions about the ones you take to heaven. Are they alright? Is it a paradise? I sometimes wish I could take that place, let them see another day. It hurts, but I'll be okay. I lost a loved one today. Help me understand what's the reason this time. I'm asking you to take my hand, take me to the afterlife so I can see you one last time. I'm sorry for not making more time. Oh, it hit me like a hurricane. I'm breaking like a tidal wave. Never seen a soul look so fragile and brave. I said I love you one more time. I came and sat by your side. Said goodbye for the last time. He set you free from the pain. Heaven's gained another soul, and I pray I'll be okay on my own. I lost a loved one today. I know you'll always be by my side. Every night I look to the sky, wishing on a star. I pray to keep you in my heart. I lost a loved one today. Ooh, I lost a loved one today. I lost a loved one today. Ooh. I'm gonna make it short today because I'm last minute, and I really don't know what to say to you. But I'm gonna talk about life this morning. Life is too short. You can't hear me. You standing right there. Life is too short. And these past couple of weeks, I've been experiencing a lot of that. My son called me 2 nights ago and told me his best friend died. He was only 11. And I didn't know how to react to it because I just lost my friend a week ago. And when he told me, he just cried. And I was just like, it's going to be all right. You know, everybody has their time to go. It was just their time. And he didn't understand it. He was like, well, why, Mom, why? And I couldn't. I didn't have no answers for him. You know what I'm saying? That's just like my homegirl funeral. She didn't have a sad funeral. Her funeral was like a real celebration of
she lived her life, you know what I'm saying? She didn't want people to cry. It was like a real family reunion. And I enjoyed it. I don't got too much to say, but I'm gonna leave y'all with a quote because today ain't promised and tomorrow ain't either. So live your life to the fullest because you only get one. But Tupac had made a quote and it said, "It's the game of life. Do I win or do I lose? One day they're gonna shut the game down. I gotta have as much fun and go around the world as many times as I can before it turns to be my time to leave." So y'all have a good morning.
All right, what a video. I just asked the DJ, I said, that the girl that was she deceased? She said, yes, she is. Yes, she is. So, the next guest that we have that we be coming up, that's a beautiful video, Khadijah, is Charles Parker. Mr. Parker is a native from Florida who can sing and a Class A CDL driver. He has a passion for singing and family love. He is here tonight to keep the show going with a song that will not only help us remember our loved ones we lost over the years, but to also let them know that we miss you by Smokey Robinson. Let's give a round of applause for the individual performing We Miss You, Mr. Charles Parker.
He's not ready. Right back at ya. It's the world's most talented record label. Hey. And angelic voice in the background. Oh, that's our new princess of hip hop and R&B. Yeah. How y'all doing tonight? Good. Singing the song. It's a little tough when we know. Really gonna miss you. It's really gonna be different without you. Y'all doing all right? Sir. Where's the DJ? This mic sound like stereo. Can you start over? Really gonna miss you. Gonna be different without you. Time is gonna be hard and long. For the rest of my life, gonna be thinking about you. Yes, I am. Time came when you had to go. I'll miss you, my darling. I'll miss you, my friend. was there with you, and without you, things won't be the same. But there's a higher power that we answer to, and you heard him calling your name. Really gonna miss you, everything about you, your style, baby. I know you want a song to be strong. Really gonna miss you. I know you're going to that magic place, singing you a brand new song. I miss you, honey. I miss you, my friend. I promise my love will never end. I miss you, my baby. I miss you, my friend. I promise my love will never end. And I miss you. Thank you.
Right, Mr. Parker. I thought that was Smokey up there for real for a second. You did a marvelous job, marvelous. So thank you so much. Everybody give Mr. Parker another round of applause. Yes. Now, next up, we have Miss Mo, okay? Miss Mo, she was AKHIR's therapist, and he liked her so much that she soon became the family therapist when needed. She is a mental health specialist, and tonight, she will be bringing knowledge about the awareness of mental health from trauma of senseless acts that resulted in death. Now, without further ado, let's give a hand clap for Miss Mo.
I know y'all said no podiums, but I need
That's okay.
so I'm gonna make my own. Clearly. I'll get this down here. How's everybody doing?
All right, how are you?
I am doing well. Oh, maybe that ain't gonna work.
I got to turn the other way.
Is that wrong? Did I do it wrong? Yeah, well, see, it's not gonna work. I figured that it was cool. And somebody said no podium. And I needed one. You know what I'm saying? So somebody else need one too. Is the food good, guys?
Yeah.
Did y'all like
All right, we think we got it together now.
Okay. Hey.
Yep, there we go.
Come on,
Here you go.
Hey, one time for handsome. While it reboots, I can guess I'll give a little antidote. I met AKHIR. I used to do therapy for accountability court in juvenile courts. And I used to kind of do group homes and things of that nature, so I did a little something different. And it's funny when I met Khadijah, because I don't go into the courts, I kind of just wait until if the judge decides, hey, this family needs therapy, and then I'll meet with them and kind of do the quick assessment, and that's it. And so just kind of talking, and Khadijah picked up on my accent, and she was like, "You're not from here." She's like, "I know you're not from Atlanta." I was like, "Well, no, I'm from Brooklyn." And, we just had conversation and talking, and she was like, "We gonna be friends." One-on-one therapy is like, yeah, you're not gonna be friends with your clients. It's not gonna happen. But she was like, "I don't care what you say. We're going to be friends after this." And she definitely spoke it into existence, and for sure, we definitely became friends. And because I guess I spoke a little different, I'm more different than most therapists. It's usually, they buy the book, and it's kind of difficult for us as a culture to talk to people if you don't see yourself in that person, right? For them to understand where you're coming from, and you don't just see the woes and the things that they've done, but you see them as individuals and you see them as people. You know what I'm saying? And so for me as a therapist, I never have a problem with building rapport. And pretty much that means I see you as a person, you see me as a person, let's get to know each other, let's get to meet each other. And then from there, we can build a relationship and talk about the things you want to work on, maybe the things that I see, and vice versa. And kind of like, I can't remember her name, I forgot, but the one that has what's her name?
Miss Peachy.
Miss Peaches. Same thing Miss Peaches, she told me, I was able to get, because as a therapist, I feel like, I gotta walk around. As a therapist, I feel like you can't just meet with the child, because usually you'll say that child is bad, that child is bad, but usually you gotta kind of go further and see the family, right? And so I asked her the same thing you asked, is that gonna come? Well, he's out weighing such and such and such. And I said, well, I get that, but the thing about it is there's no way that I'm gonna be able to meet the family as a whole or be able to help him and connect with him if I'm not able to see everyone who made him and everyone that's in his life to be able to help, right? Because I can work one-on-one with the child, and if you don't know what their triggers are, the things that they're dealing with, you know what I mean? And you may be triggering that child. So to understand the things that we're working on and so on and so forth is why I end up bringing the family as a whole. And Dad ended up coming down, and we had a whole family meeting, and that's what I loved about her family. They was invested in their children. Whatever it is their children would need is what they kind of invested in. All right, I did a lot of talking. Let me go to this up. And then because I don't like to talk to myself, I will be asking questions. So it's not gonna be just Miss Mo talking, right? It's gonna be Miss Mo talking to every individual because therapy is very important. And I like that our culture nowadays have decided they've noticed the importance of therapy. That you can't all do it by yourself. And us as a people, we deal with a lot of trauma just even before we're born. You know what I mean? So, and you're gonna have to be able to dissect that and kind of deal with that. As Black people, we have what they always tell us about is slavery, right? So, however your mother was dealing with things that happened within your womb, you felt and dealt with that before you even came to be in existence. So, those things will affect you later on. Your family teaches you how to handle things, or they teach you not how to handle things. So where you're at in your family makes a huge precedent on who you are and how you're going to be as an adult. And I think with senseless crimes, it's just devastating because you expect people to get older, right, when they transition. Nobody prepares for the transition when they're young. And I think that's the most difficult part of dealing with people that have transitioned. And I don't say that they die because nothing dies, right? What you know of that person may not be there in life, right? But there's no point in thinking that by no means the remnants of them and who they are is still here. So it's a transition from one position, one life to another. Y'all agree with me on that? Okay, good. I'm glad. So with that, there are different stages of grief. I know it's kind of heavy. Let me say it again. There's different stages of grief, and everybody is not going to experience it the same way. Nobody. But one thing that's interesting and unique about the transition of life is that when one transitions, it opens up a floodgate to everybody else that have passed. It's like almost you're reliving the loss of someone, which is very difficult for people to be able to handle, right? Because no matter who the person is, we want selfishly, and I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes by saying this, but selfishly, we want them to be here with us. But everybody has a purpose, they have a mission that they have to accomplish. Some may accomplish it sooner, some later. but it doesn't take away the part that they put into your life that make you to remember who they are. That makes sense? Yes. So, as a therapist, I like to do two different types of therapy. There's cognitive behavioral therapy, which is CBT. And what CBT is what you think about becomes your emotions. Your emotions become your behavior and response. I'll give you an example. My thought is, no one loves me, I'm not important, I'm ugly, right? What would I say? No one loves me, I'm not important. What else? I'm just making sure y'all listening. And I'm ugly, right? Those are my thoughts, which also are called cognitive distortion, which are negative thoughts. That's my thought. So my emotion, what emotion would that evoke with those thoughts? Negative. Give me some sadness. What else? Depression, anger, stress, loneliness, right? That's what else? Rejection. I like that. So these are the emotions that I feel. So if I'm having those thoughts, I'm feeling those emotions, then what is my behavior gonna look like? Right? I may be ready to what you say? Who? Right? I'm ready to pop off and crash out. Right? Always defensive. Huh? What you mean? What you say about that? What you trying to say? Right? Or I shut down. I don't make any eye contact. I'm talking low. I'm inside of myself. Like my demeanor is giving that I am sad and I am depressed. Right? So your thoughts make your emotions, and your emotions make your behavior and response. So what I do is to teach my clients, let's change those cognitive distortions. Let's restructure them, right? Let's restructure the thought of death. We need to restructure that. Yes, I understand we want them to be here. Yes, we do love them most definitely. But in their transition is a lesson. It's a lesson that we're learning from that. And I love that it's coming out, it breaks out into organizations, it breaks out into awareness, right? But if we can change the person in the mirror, then we can be able to change these YNs. Y'all know what that is, right? I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. Because those are the little, terrorists in the community that is doing senseless crimes. But the problem is, they're broken too. They're broken too. I had a client just yesterday is telling me how hype he is to get in somebody's game. But you know why he's saying that? Because he doesn't have connection. He doesn't have foundation. He doesn't have family. He doesn't have that. So I'm going to create it or figure it out in any way. And if it means crash out, and if it means take someone's life, then I'm going to do what I got to do because it's them and me. And I know it's difficult to be like, well, how can we be sensible and caring about the person that has taken something from me? But that's where the trauma creates. If we can have some, empathy for where that little YN is coming from and why he's a YN in the first place, then maybe we can dissect some of this stuff and be able to love and teach our young ones to know that a gun don't make you a man. That don't make you no man. Having a period don't make you a woman. It does not. By no means. I keep it raw. So you see why my clients, you feeling me? Because I can keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have time to be in my chair or to be in my couch or for me to come to your house for 2 and 3 and 5 and 8 years. At some point, that's codependency, ain't it? You waiting on Miss Mo to tell you what to do. I'm not doing that. That's not my job. Therapists don't get advice. That's not what they do. That's the hugest misconception. My job is to listen and have you listen to yourself regurgitate. Just because you sitting with me don't mean things don't change, but because you give it life and you speak it, then you might get killed some of this stuff that you're doing. Right? Why am I with the same person doing the same stuff? I'm in the same dead job doing this same stuff. What's the common denominator? I ain't hear it. What? Accountability, family. Yes, it's you. It's you. You are the common denominator. You're with this relationship, you're with this person, you're with this job, you're dealing with things because you decide to. You're the master of your universe. You can make that change. So what I do is I hold you accountable to make that change. You feel me? You don't come and think you got to come to Ms. Mo and think Ms. Mo's gonna fix it for you. No, she's going to make you put on your big girl panties, okay? And your big boy boxers or drawers or briefs or whatever you wear, sir. And I'm going to make you be accountable and make those decisions that you have to make for you, yours, and the ones that see you. Seriously. We got to take accountability for what's going on. And when I see the little water boys, why you out here? Seriously, you don't understand what you out here for? What are you really doing? Because initially it was a good thing. Okay, they not on the street, they trying to, but now y'all scamming people. But one thing is sure is the jokes will be on you because the minute somebody do something to you, you be ready to shoot up something. But why? Because it's a thing called karma. What you throw out, be ready to get it back. And if you don't want to get it back, you need to clean your stuff up. Clean it up. And I don't want to blame the parents because I know it's so easy to blame the parents. It's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents. I'm a helicopter parent and I'm proud of it. Proud of it. Who your friends, who they mama, where they live. Let's have a conversation and see how they feel. Because how you feel, I need to see what you're pouring into yours. Because I love mine. Mine is a gold mine, a diamond in the sky. Hello, all the great things there is. My child can do no wrong. Okay, I'm lying. They can be bad sometimes. They can get on my nerves sometimes. Hello. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make them accountable. I'm going to make sure that they make their friends accountable. And they're going to make better decisions for themselves. Because the hardest part is having children that are older. That's my fear. So I want to pour everything into you so when I go to sleep at night and you're grown, doing your grown stuff, I don't have to worry about the decisions that you make. That's my peace. That's my peace that I want. So I make sure that I keep the people that are around them, I need to know who they are. I need to know who they are. And to keep it a buck, I'm going to just be real with my feelings if I can right now. What angered me more than anything about AKHIR's transition is that he wasn't alone. You hear what I said? He wasn't alone. He was with someone he called a friend. Now I know me. Somebody look at my friend wrong. Therapist or not, I'm ready to bust a grape. Like, what you? What? Who? You know what I'm saying? So, and then I'm from Brooklyn, so we always seeing what's going on. Is somebody looking at me too tough? You know what I mean? Your first day say you got pressure. I'm not gonna do that because you're not my professional. Is everything all right with you? You're fine. You're having a bad day. You all right? Because I am also an empath, so I feel, excuse my language, bullshit when it comes my way. I feel it in my soul. So if something with you ain't right, I'm gonna go, hey, you, how you doing today? Did you nap well? Did you drink? You look a little thirsty. Let me scale the room, right? Read the room, read my environment. So as my friend goes in somewhere, I'm scoping the scene. I'm seeing what's going on. For me, but I can't say that that young man did that for my little friend, which infuriated me. That's one of the signs of grief, anger. I was pissed off to the highest level of festivity because if you're with your friends, you're supposed to be checking for who? Your friends. I don't use that word friends lightly. I don't. And one thing I don't like more than anything, I don't do cowards. You can't. I am 10'2" in my mind. But that's how big my spirit is. And I'll be ready for anyone. But again, that may be too much responsibility to be on that child. But that is a character flaw. Do you hear what I said? It's a character flaw. If you can't stand 10 toes down in your square, no matter who they are and what they are and saying, you gotta work on that. We gotta work on that, period. And we have to be able to teach them, because if you shifting and moving, one thing I won't say afraid of it, I feel some type of way, is scary people. I tell my daughter, don't fight scary people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because one, they're afraid, so they're gonna do what they need to do to get you. You feel what I'm saying? That person may fight to the death. I just want you to fight, get a black eye, bruise, talk about it tomorrow. Not them scary folks. So I would say that our lesson, plenty of them, but be aware of the company that you keep. If they don't have your back, or you're realizing that you reaching out more than they're reaching out, you giving more than they giving back to you, I let them people go. Because they don't mean you no good. That means if something go out, get out of here. I don't need you out of here. I need somebody to have my back. Because I can't do it alone. It takes a what? A village. It takes a village. I can't do it by myself. I can't raise mine by myself. I think me and him can do a great job, but sometimes our kids feel like they're not listening. We're not listening. We need them to holler at Khadijah and Kellen and Kels. I need that. I need to know that in my absence, they're being well taken care of. And that's what I charge you guys to do when you see these little YNs. Talk to them. Have a conversation. See what's going on with them. And you'll be surprised. My first day meeting a teenager, they tell me their whole life story. Why? Why? Tell me why.
They just want to talk to somebody. They want somebody
Girl, say that again.
They want someone to hear them. They want to talk to somebody. They want someone to listen.
They feeding for someone to ask me how I'm feeling. They feeding to tell you that I ain't sleep well last night because I didn't eat, because I'm watching my mom get beat up, because they're feeding for you to ask them. Ask them. That could be a matter of life and death. Legit. Find out what's going on with them. We're so quick to put our phones up and video that we don't have time to ask how that person feeling or what's going on with you. We need to get back to seeing each other and smile. I mean, we do the headline, what's up, how you doing? But that's as far as it goes. We've taken compassion out because life has caused us to be hard. We can't be hard. We can't. By no means. My mantra is life is way too short to be unhappy.
That's a fact.
It's too short to be unhappy. Legit. If everybody, you close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes. And when you open your eyes, that's going to be your last breath. Open your eyes. What legacy did you leave? What legacy did you leave? Who you still angry at? Who's still mad at you? Who? Who you resenting? Think about all of these negative thoughts and emotions that you just left unresolved. How do you think that left the people that you left? That's what enough grief, guilt. I have so many clients that sit with me that have had families transition and they have guilt. You know what guilt comes from? Stuff that ain't been buttoned up. Stuff that ain't laid to rest. And I want you to think about it. Whatever you mad at, whoever you mad at, is it really worth it? Because if they transition, are you going to be okay? Not having that last conversation? Tell your family you love them. Let them know how you feel. Fix whatever needs to be fixed. Because it's really not worth it to be boo-hoo, sad, and crying and then grieve for years and years and years when you just could have been like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry means you're pathetic and petty. Big on words. No, I apologize. And then tell them what you apologize for. When somebody does you wrong or slight them, tell them how to make me feel when you did this and thus and so. When you do this, it makes me feel like this. How about the next time if you feel like this and so? Let's talk about it. Let's rap about it. Let's hug about it. Write me a letter. so that we can fix it. We always talk about, man, I can't believe that girl tried me. She said, that nigga said it, but then you don't tell them how to treat you. You have to teach people how to, well, girl, you got my number. You read my number. Right, you have to teach people how to treat you. Some people just grew up. You know what I mean by that? They wasn't raised. They just got older. So if you get older, these are little older people. Seriously. When you're upset and angry, what comes out is that last traumatic event that you went through. No matter how old. It could be 10, it could be 5, it could be however old. And when you're angry, you invoke them same childish behaviors. You ever seen somebody like, you don't want to yell at her? I'm right here, we can talk. Or they have a conversation and they don't look at you now because I'm just saying I don't even like you. Handsome do me like that. I'm over here. Like I'm not ready to look at you because I'm mad. So let me, But you have to have people to be able to check you. Have to. So now what can we do to help these little YNs stop taking people away before we need them to? I'm up for suggestions. Yeah, before we need, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What can we do when we see little Johnny and little Keisha get ready to crash out? Yes. Check in with them.
Absolutely. Check in.
What does check in mean? Say it again for me, please. I told you I always know how y'all talk to me. It's like I'm not a rapper, but like it makes me feel like, you know what I'm saying? Communicate and call them. Pick up the phone. Yes, ma'am. Wait and don't degrade. Relate and don't degrade. What's the thing on TikTok or YouTube they say, or whatever, not YouTube, what's it called? Yeah, we listen and we don't judge. I like that little thing because it's like therapeutic. It is. I have things that I want to say, but I want you to feel no type of way about it. And I want you to judge me because I feel like it's something that you need to hear. Legit. And I want you to not judge me. So we listen and we don't judge. Don't judge them because they close like this and they trying to, hold on, man, mom, let me give me. You know what I'm saying? Ask them, why your pants flow like that? You want everybody to see how drawers you got on? I know they $30, I know they $50, but do I really have to see it? What if I wore my skirt down? And Mimo, you crazy, y'all. They ain't even like that. Like, you know what I'm talking about? No, I don't, actually. I do not. I need you to look presentable. Because if I came holding my stuff, trying to, because I'm like, if you running from the police, why y'all get caught? Seriously. I'm from Brooklyn. If we run jump fences and everything, this is why y'all get caught. Because your pants is too low and they too tight. I should not see everything in your pocket. Like keys, I see you got chapstick, like, but I'm going over. I'm sorry. I told y'all I talk. I'm a talker, can you tell? Thank you, I appreciate it. So shameless plug, and she told me I need to wrap it up. Again, life is way too short to be unhappy. Check yourself, love your family, apologize. I'm always the one to apologize. Why? Because they're not gonna do it. And you know that. Love our parents and our families for who they are and the shortcomings that they have. They're not gonna change unless who changes? They gotta show you that. I'm from a West Indian family and we don't say we love you. You know how we say we love you? You hungry? You want to eat? I made your favorite such and such. Handsome, don't do me. I made your favorite such and such. Say you love them. Let them know that. Let them appreciate who you are. You feel what I'm saying? I guess I'm done since I'm being rushed. All right, so my shameless plug before y'all applaud me. The vegan food was fine. I'm not only a therapist. I got 2 kids. I don't sell drugs, right? So they need extra forms of income. Okay?
3 kids.
So if you like the vegan food, holler at me. I'll give you my visual. It's 3. What I said? 4, 2. Oh, I'm glad they're not here. My bad. So I got 3 of them things. And I have a bonus child. And like I said, we don't sell no drugs. So we have to have several forms of income. So if you like the vegan food, holler at me. If you want a cool therapist, you know what I'm saying, that's fine. Holler at me. And I love you, family.
Please. That was awesome, y'all. Let's give Miss Mo another round of applause. Yes. Now, no, I don't need this at all. So, Miss Mo, with that being said, Audra, can you stand up? Just stand up. Wendell, can you raise your hand? Y'all, these my friends. These are my friends. And also my husband too. That's my friend too, y'all. He came on that little late, but that's my husband right there, y'all. So thank you again, Miss Mo. I got to have you on my show. I got to. It's a must. So I definitely will be reaching out to you. Now, next up, we have E. Morgan. Now, E. Morgan is an American recording artist based in Atlanta, Georgia. At an early age, E. Morgan was recognized for his exceptional vocal abilities, which afforded him the opportunity to open shows for such legends as The Temptations, James Brown, and En Vogue. E. Morgan's musical journey continued as a member of the Richmond Boys Choir.
He that old?
Yeah.
Older than me.
The Richmond Ambassadors of Music and the Challenge Singers, I hope I said that right, E. Morgan, singers from Challenge University, where he received a bachelor's degree in vocal performance in 2015. During his tenure in these groups, Morgan's many experiences include performances in Europe, Central America, and even the White House. Shortly after college, E opened his own vocal academy called E. Morgan Music that focuses on enhancing the overall person musicianship. Currently, he is a great entertainer on cruise lines and several performing arts centers. With the motto, freedom, energy, frequency, and vibration, E. Morgan has embarked on a solo recording career with his sights firmly set and in bringing a unique sound. Whew, that was a lot. Good job, E. Morgan. Now let me tell y'all the funny thing about this. You know, I got something I gotta say. Now, on my show, I do my show 3 days out the week for 4 years. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And at the same time, I'm doing everything on my show. But we also have people that comment. And then we have the chats. On Fridays, me and my husband, we both do love and relationships. And my husband sits there and he said, "Are you gonna read all that?" When they start chatting, you know you're gonna have problems reading all that. Baby, how well did I do this long 3 paragraphs? I think I did a great job. Thank you. All right, E. Morgan. Well, there you go, E. Morgan. Come on up.
I forgot how long that was myself. I said, wait a minute. I said, who she talking about?
I didn't have my name in there at all. I was part of the journey.
You know you were. 2017, I bet. Well, maybe I should have put that in there. How y'all doing tonight? Again, my name is E. Morgan. Thank you so much for having me. I'm going to do 2 songs to get out your way. This first song that I'm going to sing is an original called Dream High. I was in a place where, you know, sometimes you have your dreams, your aspirations, and sometimes they might not go as planned. So to stay encouraged, you know, you have to tell yourself to dream high. No matter how low you go, it's a high somewhere, right? So this is the first song, Dream High. In the beginning, I was created to sing love for my elevator. Yeah, I'm human, FYO, forget your opinion. Me, still standing. Me, still shining. Me, still winning.
WALLSTREET. What we gotta do to make it clearer. Believe in one something, the house in the room. When that substance and music begin to do, what you gonna do? And we say, hey, who lives in fear anyway? I want my sympathy for you. I wanna put my folks in that big ass place. That way, if you're feeling low and need that boost, you're gonna say, look to the sky with the longest high. When nobody's around, even when you don't see it, believe it. Cause when you're dead in the morning, there's a hit to the corner. Why you wanna keep it going? But you know it ain't easy. When you wanna live life and slow up, when you're gonna go to past the floor, got a couple hundred years I need come. If I go dream high tonight, no matter what you go through, just continue to dream high. Oh, high. If you're feeling low and you need that boost, then bring a chair. Look to the sky when you're looking so high. Yeah. When nobody's around, even when you don't see it, believe it. Everybody keep drinking high. Yeah, again, my name is E. Morgan. Can I speed up a little bit? Can I do a fast one? All right, so this next one is called Believer. This one basically says, all we need is a little love. It's the cure of the city, right? If we just put a little love in the atmosphere, a lot of stuff can change, right? So I want y'all to get with me right here. You see, if you want to see like that song, and you gotta be in our love. It's only history, but lead me to the throne of my heartbeat. I try to fight this feeling inside, this love between you and I. No, I don't hide, 'cause I know what is right, that's right. All we need is love, and we're gonna, yeah, as long as it's about love. I swear we can change the weather, as long as we can right and wrong. Oh, oh, as long as it's about love. Oh, oh, as long as it's about love. Hey, it's about love. All we do is run around the city. No. Too many hurt you, too many crying for you, searching for better words, while watching the lying you do. 'Cause we got kids on the road, left out in the cold, and we fuss and we fight about things that grow, but we still gonna fight till we can't fight no more. Yeah, yeah. All we need is love that lasts forever. As long as it's about love, change the weather. As long as we can right wrong. Whoa, whoa, it's about love, yeah. As long as it's about love, love, love. As long as it's about love, love. As long as it's about love. They can't say that. My name is Peachy Morgan. You put that last. You got it, boy. I think so.
Thank you, E. Morgan. Thank you so much for making me climb the stairs and the song just as well. Now, everybody else that waited till I came back in. But not E. Morgan. But thank you, E. Morgan. That was wonderful. Give E. Morgan a round of applause, everybody. Yes. Now, I must go back to Miss Mo again. Miss Mo, before we bring up the next person. Now, with your therapy, do you do marriage counseling and all that stuff?
Where? Take a couple pictures of me.
Okay. Okay. Now, me and my husband, we've been married for 18 years on July 7th this year. We've been 18 years now. Yes, and we've been together for 26 years altogether. So when I got with my husband, I was 19 years old. Had no kids at all. Yes. And then we had our first child when I was 35 years old. So right now my son is 10, and then I have a daughter that's 7. And they are so sweet. You know, when you were saying that, they can do nothing wrong and all that. I was like, oh, I should start saying that too. Until you said, no, we don't say the truth. So I get that. But we're having issues with discipline. My husband wants to do punishment. I've never been on punishment before. My mom just whipped me and then let me go back outside and play with friends. And that was it. So that's what we're having, issues with. So when I call you, that's all we need help with. Is the discipline of these kids. Okay. Husband, close your ears for a second. Because he says the same exact thing.
Black and white all day.
Yeah. And I just still see them as them little babies where they can't do nothing wrong. And husband like, no. They're changing before our eyes. Okay, handsome. He doing me the same way. All right, our next guest is Leroy Hall, a motivational speaker. She is a motivational. Now that scared me a little bit. She is a motivational speaker that has traveled the world on giving motivation to others and making them aware of themselves through self-reflection. She has an Instagram and Facebook following of over 500K. And she will be taking a picture with me afterwards. Here to give us motivation on how to stay lifted when we lose a loved one with words of wisdom. Please, everyone, let's welcome all the way from South Carolina, baby, Street Poet _1125, Miss Leroy Hall. Okay, cut the music.
Traveling the trail of twisted thoughts where thoughts have twisted themselves into knots. Knots that are perfectly matted together like dreadlocks stay. Hurt to pull apart, but I know that I got it. I got a lot of broken hearts. God knows I've played my part, but right now I got to play position. In this position is resistance. Not to mention, I got to make the world pay attention. I got to find the power that's omnipotent. See, it has to be on time. Insanity, borderline, while driving a thin line between love and hate. Mind so masturbated that it's already created an easy escape, while heart is telling me to stand fast in my faith in that this world is mine, so feel free to take it in, take it in, take it and take it by force. And when I decide to let go, I can let go with no remorse. Why? Because I possess the divine right of choice. Now I'm gonna need my podium put together real quick. Hold on. How y'all doing? Hey. See, I'm already loud. That's why I ain't need no mic. And I'm so glad Miss Mo came and gave y'all all the motivation. Some people know it and some people don't. I'm in the transition, right? So I didn't move from not just motivational speaking, but inspirational speaking. Well, my sisters and brothers in Christ, where y'all at? We gonna have some church. We gonna have church. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, baby. Let me say, God is a smooth operator, right? Because I was doing all motivational speaking, and then next thing you know, I was up there dropping scriptures, and then I was like, wait a minute, why that happened like that? And then next thing you know, here I am about to become an evangelist. Come on, ain't he good? Yes. You have a divine right of choice. So stop playing with yourself. Because majority of the time what we deal with is not the fact that we got other people that's hating on us. We have other people that's keeping us down. Most of the time, our biggest issue is our own internal negative dialogue. It's the conversations that we have within ourselves, right? We don't have the amount of haters that we think that we have. Come on. See, it's easy to think that somebody else is feeling a way about you, saying this about you, but that's really your own projection. See, a lot of times when you're going out into this life, you act the same way that they acted when they sent the spies over there to check out the land. You say, oh, we look like grasshoppers in their eyes. But how do you know what you look like in somebody else's eyes? Come on now. We're so fast to say that we're not worthy. We're so fast to say that we're not capable, way before somebody else say that you're not worthy or you're not capable. That's why it's so important for you to know who you are. Somebody just say, Coach, why do I need to know who I am? Because when you know who you are, you also know who you are not. Come on, somebody say rewind. Because when you know who you are, you also know who you are not. So then the projection don't work, right? People can't tell you who you are. People can't say anything to you and you accept it because you know exactly who you are. And you stand comfortably in your square. Okay. See, I got things to improve, nothing to prove. Okay. Right? When you know who you are, you also know who you are not. And the enemy's tactic is to keep you mad, sad, bitter, and depressed, hard-hearted. Right? Because as long as you're upset, as long as you're mad, sad, and bitter and hard-hearted, then he's able to rob you of your growth and your development. As long as you're caught up in that broken state of life, then he got you right where he wants you. That's right. Not moving. Okay. Because when you see yourself as a victim, you treat yourself like a victim. Come on. I gave you guys the triangle, those of you that follow me, right? Then Coach Mo came and gave y'all confirmation for everything that I taught you, right? I said, the triangle, these is your thoughts. The rectangle up under that, that's your emotion. When you have the thought of I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm this, then your emotion. Uh-oh. Now your life is a reflection of that anger. That mad, that sad, and guess what the enemy does? The enemy wants. Because that's exactly where he wants you to be. One thing that we have to learn, as much as we love our children, they don't belong to you. Come on. I told y'all I did a transition, right? Now I got to come back and do it again, right? Listen, as much as we love our children, they don't belong to you. People are not possessions. Right? The only thing that we don't know the currency of is time. You never know how much you got left. This is why it's so important that you focus on your dash. Your dash is that space that lies in between your birth date and your death date. It's the legacy that you create in the middle of that. So it's what you do, how you utilize that time is going to be what people remembered you by. Right? That's why it's so important that you do what? That you love your people, that you show up for your people, right? This is why environment also matters, but not just love your people, also know when to stop.
Come on now. Come on. Let 'em go.
Because a lot of times y'all do a whole lot of, I love you, I love you, I love you, but somebody teach us how to stop. Because some folk don't deserve it.
Yeah. All right now.
So you gotta know, if you can't reciprocate, you can't participate in my life. Right? This relationship, it has to be a reciprocal type of thing. And it's nothing wrong with establishing boundaries and saying, you know what, I can love you, but I love you from a distance. I gotta protect myself, right? It's nothing wrong. I'm not building up no wall, I got a door. Whenever you want to grow and you want to evolve and you want to handle yourself accordingly, knock on the door. But until then, there's a no. And there's nothing wrong with that. But our problem is we want to teach how to love, but we don't want to tell people that it's okay for you to stop, right? It's okay for you to, your loyalty to lie with you. I can't be more loyal to somebody else than I am to myself. I can't be more real to somebody else than I am to myself, right? My loyalty has to start with me. I can't respect you more than I respect me. As we continue to grow and understand the importance of establishing boundaries and understand the importance of knowing that people are not our possessions. They're not something that we own, that they grow. And when they grow, you have to let them go. And when they go, they make their own mistakes. Do it hurt you? Yes. But it's a part of life. It's a part of their development. And understanding that life gonna be hard. If you thought that you was going to be out here and you was never going to experience no hearts, you have been bamboozled. You have been hoodwinked. You have been finessed. As long as you are walking God's green earth, you are going to experience heartache. You're going to experience pain. You're going to experience betrayal. How you respond to that heartache, to that pain, to that betrayal is going to be all left up to you. What are you saying to us, Coach? You have a divine right of choice. It's either you're going to sit and soak in that, or you're going to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and realize you still got some skin in this game. But the pity parties we can't do. Come on now. Can't do those. Anytime you sit anything anywhere for too long, it starts to soak in that space. It'll sit, and the longer it sit, the deeper it'll get. As long as you sit in that space, in that dark place of your life, the deeper you are going to sink into that situation. You have to feel what you feel, and you have to be willing to move forward. And sometimes, let me just be real with you, you're not gonna like it. Sometimes it ain't gonna be what you want to do. Sometimes you're just not gonna be in the mood to do it. But that's when you need to do it. Because when it's challenging you, then you know it's breakthrough on the other end. And when it's challenging you, when it's testing you, then you know it's something that you need to do, because why is this so hard for me to do it? What's on the other side? Everything that you need is going to be on the other side of that hard. That's why when you're experiencing hardship in your life, you should always go to the challenge, because if you get it easy, you're going to lose it easy. When life is hard, you do what? You do it hard. Understanding that you can't afford to sit and soak. What you got to do? I have to accept that it's all part of the plan. You have to do what, Coach? You have to accept that it's all part of the plan. The confusion part coming is this. God's plan and your plan don't look the same.
Come on now. Make it plain.
God's plan and your plan don't look the same. See, it's the battle between purpose and preference.
Come on now.
I like y'all. It's the battle, right?
Yeah.
It's the battle between purpose and preference. Preference is what you want to do. Purpose is what God created you to do.
Come on.
And we get stuck because we want our preference and our purpose to be the same, because our preference is easy for us to do. Our preference is something we do easy because we've mastered it and we can do it with our eyes closed, and it's not a challenge for us. But purpose is going to require some sweat. It's going to require some push. It's going to require you to do it when you don't feel like doing it. Purpose is going to be something that you have to put forth effort to do. And that's where we fall short at. That's why most people never experience purpose. And you live a life that is not full.
Wow, okay.
Not because God don't want you to live a full life, but because of your own laziness, your own procrastination. The fact that you wanted to line up with what you want it to be, right? But if you do what you've always done, then you're going to get what you always got.
Come on now.
Right? You can't put chocolate cake in the oven and think vanilla coming out. That's not how it works. So if you continue with the same type of cycles over and over, then you're going to get that same thing over and over. In other words, you have to be willing to be what? The trailblazer. The generational curse breaker.
Come on now.
You have to be willing to be the first to do it.
That's right, man.
In spite of how anybody feels about it. Sometimes you gotta go against the grain.
That's right.
You gotta go against protocol.
That's right.
You gotta go against the religion.
Come on now.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Because see, we've mastered the art. Stand up, sit down, praise break. Stand up, sit down, praise break. We've mastered the art of having a form of godliness.
Come on. Come on. Okay, ritual.
But then there you go, come on. But then we deny the power thereof.
Yeah.
Well, why you say that, coach? Because you say he's a good God, but then you don't treat him like a good God. You say
Come on.
I told y'all we was going to have church. Hold on.
Yeah. I'm ready.
We say he's a good God. Do you understand? This is what we say, right? We bow our heads, we pray, we say he's a good God. He got this. You're going to make it happen for me. I know that you're going to do it. And then when we get up, I don't know how I'm going to pay this bill.
Right. Praying and worrying.
I don't know how this is going to make this work. Wait a minute. You just said he's a good God. He's a way maker. He's a promise keeper. He's a protector. He's a provider. You say he's El Shaddai. You say he's Shalom in your life. This is what you just said. You said he's the great I am. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. You said all of that, but then when you got back, oh, wait, what happened?
Okay. That's not your job.
We forget so easy. We forget so easy. He says, if I'm a good God and you say I'm all of that to you, why don't you utilize me as all of that in your life? If I'm a healer, when you're sick, why you don't call me? Yeah, if you say I'm a provider, then why can I provide in your life? We start to question what we know, right? Another trick of the enemy. Why? Because his job is to deceive you, right? His job is to deceive you, to trick you into thinking that you don't know what you know that you know. Right? I know that you're good. I know that you're great, but when I get up, what Paul said, he says, I know God's law. And I know his law is good. I know his law is solid. But it's another law that's going to work in my members, right? And it's the law of the sinful nature. So even though I know you are a good God, there's a sinful part of me that's operating in another law that as soon as I get locked in with you, it distracts me. So now I'm questioning. That's deception.
Come on.
That's deception. When you take a small piece of the truth and you entangle it with a bunch of lies.
Wow.
But you feel the awakening because of the piece of truth that's in it. So when you feel that piece of truth in it, it has you lingering over in the in-betweens. I don't know if it's true or not true. Don't know to do it. I don't do it. Baby, that's relationship torture. Keeping you in a state of not knowing, not sure. Right? You way too dope of an individual to let somebody have you in the in-between stage. If they don't know where y'all stand beside somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say that, baby, you don't ever think you can play with me now. I'm telling you. I'll stand next to somebody else real quick. Understand that. When you know that God is a good God and He's good in your life, you have to utilize Him in every area of your life. That means you treat God, right? Your relationship, God is going to be, when your relationship with God is going to be shown in the way that you treat Him. How you show up for Him, right? The sacrifices that you're willing to make, the time that you're willing to set aside to make sure that you have that intimate relationship over religion. And when you operate that way, then you come to the understanding when we're dealing with grief, we handle it a whole nother way. We handle it a whole nother way. We don't grieve like how other people grieve. Because we understand that this right here, we're going to be conjoined again. We're going to go through this again, right? And why do you say that, Coach? I say that because 2 Samuel 12, 15 through 23. For anybody that take notes, that's 2 Samuel. Anybody want to know what I'm coming? That's 2 Samuel. I probably need a phone. Yeah, red ink pen, baby. Go to that word, red ink, right? That's 2 Samuel 12, 15 through 23. So when you're in that will and you trust and believe that God is who He said that He is in your life, you handle grief differently. Why do you say that? Because if we go over to 2 Samuel, then we're going to realize that David, right? David's baby is sick. David's baby is sick, and we all know David, right? We all dance and shout whenever the preacher talk about David. David was a good man. He was a man after God's own heart. We all know David. David slayed Goliath, right? David did all of this. Him and Saul been out there beefing. He went out there, you know what? You was right on time. You be going to church, don't you? Know exactly when to bring the napkin, right? We all know about David. But there's another part of David, right? David was an adulterer and a murderer. And I say that to say that no matter where it is that you've ever been in your life, there's still grace for you. There's still forgiveness for you. No matter where you have gone in life, understand that there's still grace for you because God has the ability to clean, to heal, and to employ. Because that's exactly what He done with David. In this situation that we're talking about right now, David then went out here, he didn't had an affair or created adultery with Bathsheba. And because of what he done, the baby that he was about to have, God said, I'm going to tell him that baby got to go. Yeah. David cried, laid before God days, did not eat. Matter of fact, he laid straight on the ground, right? Begging God to save this baby. But he already knew what the outcome was going to be because Nathan had already told him, this is what it's going to be. But he still cried and he still begged and he did all of that. And I say all of that because I'm making it quick. I'm summarizing. That's why I gave y'all the scripture to go read it on your own. This is me. This is my version. I put it in 2025. I'm going to get y'all all the way where you need to be real quick, right? So this is how it went. He went over there and slept with somebody's wife that he had no business sleeping with, right? 2025 version. This is coming from me, right? So he didn't went over there, did something he already knew he had no business doing. Laid up with this man's wife. Then gonna have the nerve to go and orchestrate the unaliving of this man's wife. You hear me? I'm talking about this is what he done, right? So now after he did that, he thinking that he's still gonna be blessed. And what I'm telling you is God's grace is for your mistakes, not your pattern.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, come on. That's a fact right there, right? So you can't go and do whatever you want to do and then think God gonna bless your mess. You can be forgiven, you can be cleansed, and you can still be employed by God, but that does not wipe away your consequence.
Come on.
It's a lot of people walking around right now mad at God because he didn't, you still got to go to jail. You did the crime, you still got to go to jail. You can still be saved in jail, though. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be saved, but you're going to be in jail because you still got to go to jail. You did the crime, right? So this is a situation. Y'all play too much. So this is a situation with David. So David thinks that just because I've done this, now I can go lay out here in the ground, right? And I'm going to fast, and I'm going to cry, and I'm going to do all of these things. That's us.
Yeah.
We do all of that and thinking that that's going to erase. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
This is why you have to wake up every single day and you have to lay down that flesh every day. You have to separate yourself from that carnal self every single day. You have to wake up every single day and bring that flesh under submission every day. You have to wake up and surrender to the Most High. This is why this is important, right? Because when we do that, one more time for people in the back, we will handle grief differently. Because even though David wanted this baby to be alive, he still knew what he done.
That's right.
So David is over here doing all of this. All his people that's standing around him, all his homeboys, let's just call them homeboys. All his homeboys standing around him, and they like, who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him? You ever had one of your homeboys that's so crazy that you don't want to tell them because you don't know what they gonna do? You don't know what's gonna happen. So you like, hold up, hey, you break it to them because they go from 0 to not jail, but hey, you gonna talk to them. Nobody wanted to tell David because they knew how important this was to David. He hadn't ate, he didn't sleep, he didn't do anything. He was fasting, laying out in the ground. But David knew that the baby was unalive. He looked to him because they was whispering. And he said, is the baby gone? They said, yes. Weeks you laid before God. And you did all of this. But in this moment, right? Just because of the relationship that you have with God, again, you handle grief differently because you now realize that they don't belong to you. He's the one that gives life and death. Oh, that's him. So after finding this out, the same man that laid in the dirt, days and fasted, got up, went into the house, washed his face, got food, ate the food. So much that it confused the people that were his soldiers and stuff. They said, wait a minute. Why is it that when this baby was sick, you wouldn't eat, you wouldn't sleep, you wouldn't watch? But now that your baby is gone, you up. You didn't eat, you didn't watch. He says, he looks at him and he tells him, because I'm going to be with him again. I'm going to be with him again. And that's the same type of way that we have to view life, understanding that, again, they don't belong to us. But if we want to be able to have that experience again, then we have to be in alignment. It was to me when I read it, I was like, it's important for everybody to understand that, because how David handled that situation is how we have to handle that situation on a regular basis. Because guess what? When you're the person that experienced that grief, it's easy for you to become a person that is hard-hearted. It's easy for you to become a person that is angry, that wants your lick back, that'll go out here and cause more pain, more heartache, and do more damage because you're acting out of your emotions. You're so upset with what has happened to you. You're like, why me? Why my child? Why my brother? Why my best friend? You'll get caught up in the whys so much that the enemy will have you right there where he wants you, in your emotions. And that'll cost you every single time.
Every time.
Why will it cost you? Because you never know what's attached to it. We don't know what our test's going to be. But there's no test without a testimony.
Come on.
And sometimes it sucks because we become that test. And we have to be that example. but everybody that's coming behind us to show them, hey, look, this is what it has to be. We have to be that person that brings awareness to things like this to try to prevent it from happening to somebody else. We have to handle it in a way that is very delicate, that's very spiritual, so that we can cut the enemy off right where he is at. Because his desire is not to just take one. What he told him, he said, I want to sift him like wheat.
Come on.
So we have to make sure that when we're dealing with things, that we deal with it in a way that is wise, with wisdom and not emotion. Because again, that's breakthrough. Why do you say that? Because people are always watching. Give me an example. Come here, come here, Crystal. Mo, can you come up here for a second? Come on, get you. Please. Let me get you right here. You stand right here on that set right there, Mo. Crystal, you stand right here next on the floor. Go with one more. Let me get one on this side over here. I need one more person. One more person. Can I get one more person? You got you? Okay. Let me see. Go up two steps. All right. This is how this works, right? I'm gonna show you a visual presentation of what breakthrough actually looks like, right? If I'm the person that it happened to, I'm the person that's hurt. I'm the one that's down, right? All of y'all looking at me. I don't know them, right? Or maybe I do know them. Some you might know, some you might not know. But everybody's eyes are on you. Why? Because you're the one that's going through it. So if you ever been to a funeral, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They wait to see how the person that they feel like that's went through the most, how they're going to respond, because that's going to determine how they are going. Come on.
Come on. You're right.
Right? So if I'm right here and I got y'all looking at me, right? Put your hand on her shoulder. Put your hand on her shoulder, right? And both of y'all put your hand on my shoulder. So if we're here and I'm down here crying, so y'all down here crying with me. Everybody down crying with me, right? But if you see me stand up, then everybody stand up.
That's right.
Hold up. So now we're here. When I take a step, I want y'all to take a step. Y'all ready? So if you're watching me, because you never know who's watching, but people are always watching, and they want to see how you're going to respond. Because see, when you step out and you're trusting and believing, all it takes is for them to see that. So if they see you do it, they know they can do it. And somebody is waiting on the side like, oh, if they go, I'm going to go. You ever heard that say, if one go through it, we all going? Oh, baby, if they do it, I know I can do it. If that happened for them, I know it can happen for me. This is what breakthrough look like. So I'm down, we all down. When I get ready to get up, let's get up. When I get ready to step forward, we all step forward. You them both. You see me? You see me? We right here. If you see me step, y'all ready to step? I'm the one that it happened to. This my community. This my family. That's my job. That's my church. But they see the strength that's in me. What's the strength that's in me? They see the God that's in me. They gonna say when they walk away, she was so powerful. She had so much strength. I just love the God that was in her. Oh my God. I don't even know how they still making it. If it would have been me, I would have been broken. No, you wouldn't have, because all you had to do was see one person step.
Come on. Come on.
You never know who's attached to you.
That's right.
You never know who's going to move when you move. Stop.
Come on.
But the back part about that is this right here. Go back in y'all's places. Put everybody's hand still on me. But if you never move, you just took a whole generation down with you.
What you say? Come on now. Come on.
This is why community matters. This is why environments matter. This is why when things happen, we have to make sure people who act in wisdom and not out of emotion are the people that we're following. Because when you act out of your emotions, it's going to cost you. Might cost a little, might cost a lot, but it's going to cost you. But when you act out of wisdom, it's perfectly thought out, then what happens? It's favorable for you. And everybody that's attached to you, you're talking about generations coming through you. I applaud all the family, his mom, and everybody for showing up and keeping his name alive. And we have to continue to push forward in positivity, bringing awareness to everybody to prevent this from continuing to happen. Operating in love and compassion and even in forgiveness. Because sometimes that's the thing that we have to do the most. And keeping in mind that the forgiveness, that's for you. That's for you. Because ain't nothing like that burden. It's heavy. And every time you hold that, the enemy wins. Y'all have a good one. If y'all not following me, if y'all are not following me, make sure y'all, if y'all got TikTok, I'm on TikTok, Street Poet underscore 1125. Street Poet underscore 1125. Make sure you got the right page on there. I got 1.1 million. And what we do on there, oh baby, we have church every day on there. I be on social media. I'm church girl. I have church every day on there. Walking on the treadmill in church, baby. I'm telling you, virtual church be lit. Okay? Instagram, Street Poet underscore 1125. Right? Facebook, Leroy S. Hall. I love you guys, man. Thank y'all so much for giving me your time. I got you.
That was amazing. Had me shedding tears on there. Jesus. That was just amazing. Everybody give her another round of applause. Leroy Hall. Make sure y'all follow her. All right. Now, Mo, I need you on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then I got you, Leroy, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And Sunday. Yeah, and Sunday too. All right. See, on those days, it's just gonna be me. For you, it's gonna be me and my husband. Okay. All right. All right, guys. So next, which is our last person for the night. It is so frequent. Okay, so frequent. But first, before we bring up so frequent, I have to say this. Leroy, I promise you, it seemed like she was talking to me. Now I know I was sitting directly right there, so maybe it kind of looked like she was talking to me. But I have to make sure I say this. Just give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. So I've been doing Peachy Tea Time for 4 years, like I told you guys. When I first started, I literally built it from the ground up, literally. And I'll say maybe a year and a half ago, I've been working in the medical field for almost 20 years. And I was working at Northside Hospital. And I was doing administrative work. So I wasn't inside the hospital. I was doing billing. So I decided to walk away. I prayed on it. I know God told me it's time to go. Now, my husband didn't hear that. He didn't hear that. Okay. I told him it wasn't a conference call. He spoke to me only. And I just need you to trust what I need to do. So a year and a half doing paths. I haven't been to work. I've just been trying to figure it out. Because I'm like, okay, I got to continue to do Peachy Tea Time. Because I'm helping people, y'all. When I say I'm helping families, I am helping families every single Wednesday. People ask me all the time, how can you do this? How can you continuously hear families talk about somebody that has been deceased, that has been murdered? I tell them all, it's all God. I'm on assignment. So he built me for this. I can get this done. But then after I see the pictures, I always have my nails done. Nails ain't done. I always have my hair done. My husband started cutting it up for me, and it's natural. I said, we're gonna go natural. You know, thank you so much. But I said, we're gonna go natural. And then, you know, the little kiddo was like, can we get this? Can we get? Nah, mama ain't got it no more. She ain't got it no more. And then I said, God, I really am glad that I'm not here at this hospital anymore. I lost a child dealing with stress, and my daughter, she's a twin, and her brother didn't make it. It was all because of stress, and I'm sure that's what it was. Crying every single day. And I said, I cannot continue to do this. It's time to walk away. But I thought when God told me to leave, He was also telling me, Peachy Tea Time's gonna blow up. You finna make everything is just gonna be Peachy Tea Time. Your money finna be flowing in, everything. Okay, year and a half almost here, y'all. It ain't came. It ain't came. So like you was saying, trust.
It's on the way.
You gotta trust God.
That's right.
And that's what I've been doing. And then my friend right here, Wendell, my cameraman, Wade, he said, you know, you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust the process. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna trust the process. But I'm also gonna see if I get back into the work field. And I kept saying, on this whole year and a half, I gotta go back to Northside. They gonna let me back in. So I gotta go back to Northside. God said, no,
That's right. That's right.
you gonna go back to work, but you ain't going back to Northside.
That's right.
See, I got something even better for you. God done blessed me, y'all, with a job working 100% remote from home. See, He said, you're not gonna give up on Peachy Tea Time. I'm finna make it easy for you so that you can continue to work, continue to have your little hair done and all that stuff. And if you want to get your nails done, all that, take kids Chuck Cheese, all that. You're gonna have to do all that. But you're gonna do it the way I want it done. Because you are on assignment for me. So I said, okay, Lord, I'm ready. So I ended up getting hired on the spot. I said, all these years, girl, I've been waiting on the job to hire me on the spot. All of a sudden, when I'm like, I don't know for sure if I really want to go back because I really enjoyed this. He said, you know what? You're going to get hired on the spot. I'm like, okay, girl. Hired on the spot. Start my job on Monday. My husband's so happy. I'm so happy. My mama, my daddy happy. Everybody's happy. But I had to remind y'all this and say this because you are so right. You have to trust God. You have to. No matter what He say, you gonna think you gonna do what you want to do. My friend tell you, I thought I was gonna be doing celebrity gossip. No lie, celebrity gossip. I love celebrity gossip. But God said, you know what? I'm gonna redirect your path because you got some people that you need to help. And baby, when I say they love Miss Peachy, they love Miss Peachy, and I keep all these families' names alive and spread the awareness, and that's the best thing that I can do. So I have to share that with y'all. Now we got So Frequent. Y'all gotta get close to the light. It's a little dark in here. So Frequent is a lyricist, singer, songwriter, dancer, and audio engineer with over 20 years of experience. His background is in audio engineering. He has shaped his signature sound, soul-infused hip-hop that blends lyrical depth with spiritual consciousness. A former member of a touring music group, he has worked in both personal and professional studios, written R&B singles for other artists, and produced music internationally. Beyond music, Soul Frequent shares insights on spirituality, astrology, and wellness through live events. He also creates custom copper and crystal jewelry, reflecting his passion for holistic well-being. His music is available on all streaming platforms, and engagement opportunities can be found on Linktree. So Frequent, that is. All right, So Frequent.
Greetings, everybody. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this song real quick. Just want y'all to vibe with me, tap in. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta find yourself. That's the whole reason for this life journey. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Time it is another essence. Time is in the present. Say on earth we live in hell, well I'ma make it heaven. Cause with my demons I don't dwell, I just piece together. Find my balance with no balance in my heartstrings. I stay guy in this galaxies where my heart beat. I let my heart breathe, others grown from this star seed. As above, so below, we live in all things. So things ain't really what it is, or it all seems. As I grow up and through all scenes, perception, your reality, lucid through all dreams. Gotta say your God, three type of shit to make God see. Him in the universe, it got me. Half the people in my life have really got me. Said I ain't tripping, it's alright when I let it stop me. These words I say verbatim, I am a co-creator. Repeat my affirmations while I'm in the state of theta. Manifestation and preparation leave you with more G's and graders. No one's like you, so there's no one greater. They might despite you, learn to love your haters. This ain't just writings coming on this paper. Trust this is guidance, hit you now or later. Get back control from the power takers. I never voted to the death rate by the flowers later. Cause immortal souls never rest, reincarnation. Still they call this our nation. What is our nation? That's I'm sure we fall aching. Put love in all patience. Power takers, they like Satan, they can take you under. Congratulations if you make it, many will hate and wonder. How did you know? And how did you grow? The only thing I know for sure, you gotta find yourself and unlearn the program. Yeah, you gotta let it go. Just concerned with your hand. And the universe itself continue from where you stand. You don't need nobody else, yeah. Don't get your power taken, don't listen to power takers. I'm a guru, what you think I speak in riddles for? Even if I never knew, you still can feel your lows. I'm just here for you to see your light and feel your soul. Now can you feel your soul as these words articulate us knowledge in the unknown? We can reciprocate the power of the tongue. Hoes don't need to gas you up or fill your tank, cause now you're worse known. Takes for you to know it, suddenly you feel you're growing. Others' opinions you no longer hold them, cause they still minions and don't even know it. Express your feelings, don't let them take you over. And negative dealings, they're no longer for you. They never serve you, just disturb you. Took you a while to see the universe playing it over and over until you just release. In this process, you gotta trust these things. Got many options, no need to rush these things. Slow down, no need to stress, just live in the moment, let it work out. And now you're putting in the work to show it. Produce that melanin and now you're glowing. Align your elements, a potent aura, until you realize all the pain was just a fear before us. So just learn to go against the grain and it will push you forward. These power takers, they can't grasp the grip. So they put in work to gap the fifth dimension, speak truth. Practicing the fifth amendment, it will be the death of you. Pride tempting while they testing you. In your life's journey, no one's walking all these mountains, just you. Yeah. They can take you under. Congratulations if you make it, many will hate and wonder. How did you know? And how did you grow? The only thing I know for sure, you gotta find yourself and unlearn the program. Yeah, you gotta let it go. Just concerned with your hand. That the universe itself continue from where you stand. You don't need nobody else. Yeah, don't get your power taken. Don't listen to power takers. Yeah. I got one more thing for y'all, man. One more. Yeah, yeah. Love what I'm coming. I just had to stop resisting my soul. Had to stop running. Had to set up the pace. Had to get out my own way. People pleasing, always worry about what they say. Always wanting to be a reason. Till I gotta be, it got me in a weak state. As I do meditate, do that I have to find a better way. Yeah. And it's more than just faith, no matter the cost, you know there's better days. Understand it's a game, but it's more than a game. So don't be expecting any change if you ain't been up in the frequency. Infinite love, I've been taken by you. Yeah, infinite love. What is this you can't lose? No. What I'm choosing is no, so I figure out. Keep on vibrating up, ain't no coming down. Never give up, just no matter how. It may ever get rough, so I say it now. Infinite love, all my moments spent in you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love what I'm calling. I I just had to stop resisting my soul. Had to stop running. Had to set up the pace. Had to get out my own way. People pleasing always worry about what they say. But I was in the reason I would make way to the God in me and got me in a way. As I do meditate, do that I can find a better way. And it's more than just faith, no matter the cost, you know there's better days. And instead it's a game, but it's more than a game. So don't be expecting any change if you ain't been up in the frequency. Infinite love, I've been taken by you. Yeah. Infinite love, what is this you can't lose? No. What I'm choosing is love, so I figure out. Keep on vibrating up, ain't no coming down. Never give up, that's no matter how. We may ever get rough, so I say it now. Infinite love, all my moments spent in you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Gratitude, I appreciate you. Again, I go by the name of Soul Frequent. Yeah. You can find me on all streaming platforms. It's SOLFREQUENT, no spaces. And then you'll find a lot of beautiful music. Step in. Yes. Anybody looking for performers? Come holler at me. I got the performers, you know what I mean?
All right, y'all. Did y'all enjoy yourself tonight? Let's give everyone a round of applause for tonight. Yes. Again, you guys, my name is Miss Peachy. You can find me on all platforms just as well. Peachy Tea Time. Time is spelled with a Y. Okay, Peachy Tea Time, and time is spelled with a Y. I have my own network on Roku TV just as well. So please tune in. Monday and Wednesdays is at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And then Fridays is 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself and I enjoyed y'all. Y'all look so pretty. Now here is a deep drive. Your turn, boo. All right. So listen here. I was trying to end us a little bit early so we can get a little dance moves in because I love to dance and party. Because like I tell you, music is good for the soul. So no, I want to thank you. We would like to thank everyone for coming out and all those who performed tonight. We have, well, I put an hour, but we have like 30 minutes, guys, left to celebrate the life of children and the life that was cut short and could not be here with us today. I would like to say happy 21st birthday to my firstborn son again, AKHIR Muhammad. The reason why we're here is for the Social Crime Banquet. Bringing this awareness. Therefore, let us come together in community, unity, and have a great time and dance the night away in love, soul, and fun. Let's party! All you gotta do is just throw your hands away, and everybody, you know the wild, let's clap it wild. Mr. Roy, you want to get pictures?